One, to request approval of Stellara biosimilar program for group insurance effective January 1, 2026, presented by Ms. Nisha Bamberg, Chief Financial Officer. Ms. Bamberg?
Thank you, Chairman Bertrand, Superintendent Rowland, members of the committee and the board. Thank you all so much for tonight and giving up your time to be here. This first agenda item is very similar to one of the most recent agenda items that we brought. If you remember recently, we asked about approving a biosimilar starting in January for Humira. Stellara is very similar to that. Stellara treats psoriasis, psoriatic arthritis, Crohn's disease, and things like that. Stellara is another high-cost drug for us. So for the fiscal year plan year 24-25, we had about 26 prescriptions of Stellara. It cost about $540,000 to the plan for the year. Ma'am? 26 prescriptions, and it was $542,000. So the estimated savings with moving to the biosimilar, which is biosimilar, it should have the same effects on the patients from the treating and the results that they're seeing on the prescription side. Using that same number of 26 prescriptions, we're estimating about a $210,000 savings to the plan. For a plan year, obviously, if the scripts go up, it'll be a bigger savings, vice versa. Again, this is very similar to what we did with the Humira, and so we're asking your approval to approve this for the Stellara.
Any questions, comments? We have a motion by Ms. Smith. We have a second. Second by Mr. Jordan. All in favor, say aye. Nays? There are none. Motion passes. Agenda item 2, request approval of the 30-day limit for prescription fills for specialty drugs effective January 1, 2026. Again, Ms. Nisha Bamberg, Chief Financial Officer.
Thank you. This one is a little bit different for us. We allow up to the 90-day fills for the majority of items. As y'all know, our specialty drugs are generally our highest costing drugs that affect some of the most severe cases. I'm going to defer to Jason for some of the exact details on it. He can give you a little more benefit, but what we're asking is for the plan to limit the fill for specialty drugs to 30 days instead of allowing that 90-day fill. But I'm going to turn it over to him.
Good evening. This was actually came to our attention this summer. We were looking at the plan, looking at how everything was flowing, and we had a person that was in stop loss at the end of the plan year and passed away, unfortunately, right before September 1st, right before it. And had gotten a specialty drug refill for a 90-day supply of $50,000. And so with that, we started looking at it, started understanding that a 90-day supply was above what good practices would be, okay? Because people don't necessarily stay on these drugs forever. The drugs run their course, they change them to a different one, they might have an adverse reaction to one and have to start another. Most of these drugs are sent mail order, and so they're delivered to the house. They have temperature needs as far as keeping it refrigerated. It's generally injectable drugs. This should not cause a hiccup in anybody's situation to reduce it to a 90-day supply. It just stops from either stockpiling drugs or drugs becoming obsolete and the plan having paid for it. And that way it just gives us a better opportunity to manage it.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Does the price of the drugs for a 30-day supply increase
No, sir.
compared to a 90-day?
No, sir. There's a difference on a dispensing fee, but it's a nominal number. It's not necessarily the cost of the drug. What I'm getting at is that 90-day supply is generally 3 times what the 30-day supply is.
Any other questions, concerns? I'll entertain a motion. We have a motion by Ms. Darby, second Second by Mr. Jordan. All in favor, say aye. Any nays? There are none. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Almond. Agenda item number 3, update and discussion only to dependent audit, January 2026, presented by Ms. Nisha Bamberg, Chief Financial Officer.
Thank you. So as y'all remember, about 4 years ago, we did our second round of dependent audits on the health and dental plan. The board has approved for us to do that dependent audit again on everyone that's covered by the health and dental plan, any dependents covered by the health and dental, starting in January. We have contracted with BMI Audit Services. That's who we've used the past 2 times. We've had very great results with them. They've actually expanded their electronic platform for submissions to make it even easier. A lot of their communications will be electronic. We'll be able to push a lot out and see a lot on our side to help the communication with the employees to make sure things don't fall through the gaps. Employees will be able to upload their dependent documentation electronically, which is going to make it a lot better than it was the prior 2 times. And so it's just really been great. We've already signed the contract for it, and we've started, we're scheduling our kickoff call, so that's on track to start in January. We just wanted to give y'all an update on how that was flowing. So they've actually given us some guarantees as well. If they see that the projected savings from the dependents doesn't equate to at least the cost of the contract, we'll get a refund on that. So it's been a very easy relationship with them so far. So.
Any questions? Ms. Smith?
It's about 13 weeks, and so it'll depend on the exact kickoff date for that first one. Last time we extended it a couple weeks just to give somebody, those final people, their time to get information in, but it's about 13-week program.
Any other questions? This item was for discussion only. Thank you, Ms. Bamberg, for everything
Yes, sir.
you do. We
Thank you.
appreciate you. That concludes the Insurance Committee meeting for December 4th. Meeting adjourned.